This is a great dish for barbecues, or just if you have a taste for potato salad. It makes a whole bunch. So my food prep this week is going to be hamburgers, and this will be my side to go with my burgers. So I'll be having like a barbecue every day for lunch next week. I'm really excited about it. Hi, welcome back to Bill and Staci's Paleo Zone Kitchen. I'm Staci. I'm going to make cauliflower potato salad today. I love potato salad, and this is a great way for me to have a dish that's easy, and it's already prepared, it's in the refrigerator, it's easy to take as a side dish, and it's just a really good healthy option to go along with the summer and feel like you're having just a regular old potato salad, and it's made out of cauliflower. So it's really easy. I've already cut up the head of cauliflower ahead of time, and I am boiling my hard-boiled eggs. There's the recipe calls for 3 eggs, so those are boiling now. So I'm just going to season this really quick with just a little bit of olive oil, just drizzling it on, and then a little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm going to bake it at 400 for about 25 minutes. It'll be soft, but firm. All right, and so this is here. I'm going to throw this in my oven, which is already preheated to 400. Set my eggs on to boil. The recipe does call for 3 hard-boiled eggs. And in the meantime, while that is baking, I am going to cut up my red onion. The recipe calls for half a red onion. I am using a small red onion. I'll cut up the whole thing and kind of decide how much I really want in there at the time, whether it's a half or 3/4 or even the whole. And it also calls for some celery. I happen to have celery here. It's already cut up because it was in my refrigerator, cut up because I believe in having healthy things that you can go into your refrigerator and just grab. Instead of making a poor decision, you now have things that are already prepared and cut up. So I usually have carrots, celery, those kinds of things cut up in my refrigerator. So I'm just going to use what I already have cut up, and I'm going to dice that up while this is cooking. And the rest of it is really simple. You're going to let the cauliflower cool down. You're going to add your ingredients. You can either use homemade mayonnaise, which is what I use, or you can use a Greek yogurt. And that's it. That's super simple. You'll keep it in the refrigerator for 5 to 7 days. It's a healthy option to all your summer cooking, barbecue kind of meals. So, while my cauliflower is baking, I'm going to cut up my onions and my celery, and I'll have all my ingredients ready to go. Fresh dill, the juice of a lemon. I will post the entire recipe online for you. Hi, I'm back. My cauliflower is cooked and my eggs are cooked and peeled. I have my vegetables cut up. It's just celery and a half an onion, like I said. And I just want to show you that that's all I did in the time that it took the 25 minutes that the cauliflower cooked. I did some other, besides all of this, I did some emails, and here I am back to show you how easy this is to put together and how delicious it's going to look. I'm going to start with my eggs. I use one of these egg slicer thingies. I usually cut it down once, pick it up, go the other way, the long way, and then pop it in, and it's all nice and neat. No thinking, no knives, super easy cleanup. This is a pampered chef, but you don't have to get that fancy, but why not? It's a good one. So there's my 3 eggs already in my vegetables. I'm a big fan of making sure that I have something that I like to eat if I'm going somewhere. So this is a dish that I would take to a regular picnic. It calls for the juice of a half of a lemon. So I'm just gonna take this, squeeze it, and I sometimes will fib a little bit on a recipe. I'm just not a real exact recipe follower, especially once I have my own, once I start making it, and I might put my own little flares into it. But so this calls for a half of a lemon, so I'm gonna follow that. All right, it also calls for 1 clove of garlic and garlic and dill. So speaking of the dill, this recipe does call for dill. If you don't like dill, leave the dill out. Maybe you want to use some parsley. but I'm just gonna sprinkle in some garlic again. I don't measure. But you can never have too many onions or garlic in my mind, so I will end up tasting this and seeing, you know, if it needs more of anything, but do that after it sits, so don't do that right away. Dijon mustard, again, it calls for 2 tablespoons, so hold on, I'll get my spoon. Big fan of just measuring it. I actually kind of know, but you can measure out right into your spoon, about a tablespoon, and I'll do 2 of those. And plop that in. I'll give it a little stir. I told you I use my own mayonnaise, which I already had it made. I'm gonna just spoon this right in there. Let's see what it calls for, a half a cup, but I have a lot of cauliflower, so I'm probably gonna add more than a cup, half a cup. That's probably maybe 3/4 of a cup, and we'll start there. You can always add, you can't take away, but you can always add. So if it's a little dry, you can add some more, and this will, it's always better the next day, so it'll marinate itself. So you want to let it sit for a day or so before you decide you want to add something or not. I'm going to add my cauliflower. I'm going to show you. You can see it's crunchy like a potato would be. So I'm going to add my cauliflower. I cooked this on parchment paper. You could do it on tin foil. I do it because it's super easy. So watch this. I'm just going to pick it up. Plop it in, and that's it. I'm gonna stir it up. Let me see if I missed anything. I don't think so. This is all that goes into it. So you can even put the lid on this. This is a Tupperware container, and just shake it and it'll all shake together. I'm gonna mix it. But again, that's it. This is super easy. Tastes just like potato salad. And I know people will say it doesn't. I swear to God, it's a great, great substitute for potato salad, especially at those summer barbecues. So I hope you enjoy. Here's my final product. Let me show you this huge bowl. I'm just gonna continue to mix it up. And like I said, I'm gonna let it sit for a day. I'll add my dill to it, and you're all set. It's Thursday here, so I have my weekend. I'm starting to plan my weekend out. Please follow me on Bill and Staci's Paleo Kitchen, and have a wonderful barbecue. See y'all soon. Bye.